So unless you've been living under a rock and you're a basketball fan, you've known that Kevin Durant has been traded to the Phoenix Suns with T.J. Warren for Mikal Bridges, Cam Johnson, and Drake Crowder, who ended up getting shipped to the Bucks. 24 hours have passed, so let's take a look and really dive into what this really means. My initial thoughts are that the Suns are going to win it all, man. They got all the talent. The West has been really tight. If everyone stays healthy, the road to the championship can be pretty easy because you have all the top-tier talent. The Nets had that, but they fumbled the bag and had to trade James Harden, trade Kyrie. Now they traded Kevin Durant. And it's crazy to think that them guys only played 16 total games together and won one game within that tenure in the playoffs. You know, it's like, where did it all go wrong? If you're a Phoenix fan, you probably really did like Mikal Bridges and Cam Johnson, but those boys are gone now. They're in Brooklyn, and that team's got a little grit to them. Some guys that could really put it together. Young guys working together, they can make something happen. But the real thought process is, how long does it take for them to put it together? Kevin's great. He's top whatever in the league. Chris Paul's top whatever, even at his age, and Devin Booker's 1 or 2 at shooting guard. Just depends on who you ask. But how long does it take him to put it together? When will Kevin Durant's first game with the Suns be? This was a deadline that will go down in history to be probably one of the craziest ones with all the movements that happened. It started off very slow, and you see Noah finally getting traded, and pieces aren't really being moved, and then Kyrie wants to be traded, and everyone's like, whoa, where did that come from? And then you think, well, if Kyrie's out, is Kevin going to stay? Because he already had issues playing with those young guys earlier in the year. And then late last night, first thing early this morning, how you ever want to go about it, he gets traded to Phoenix. And you think, out of all the teams who had some options to trade in Portland, New Orleans, they had a little bit better pieces that you probably could have got. But for some reason, Brooklyn chose to go with Phoenix. And now you're going to have Chris Paul at the 1, Devin Booker at the 2, T.J. Warren at the 3, Kevin Durant at the 4, and DeAndre Ayton at the 5, which on paper sounds like NBA championship to me. I may be a basketball casual, but I keep up with the league, and those 3 guys together can do something special. Probably do something that the Nets team didn't do and fumble the bag in having 3 top-tier talent, and what you could say, injuries plagued them. But outside of that, what did they really accomplish? The Nets have a bad history about putting teams together that don't really work out to be anything. When you look back at it, they had that old, what I like to call them, Brooklyn Celtics, where you had Paul Pierce and Kevin Garnett, and they teamed up with Joe Johnson and Derrick Williams, and that team just, at first on a little paper, like, oh, that team looks really good, and it just, what did it turn out to be? Absolutely nothing. Those guys were old. The Nets have a bad history about buying in on players and it not working out. They had something really good and really young when they had that Nets team with D'Angelo Russell and Spencer Dinwiddie, Jared Allen. You had Jared Dudley on the bench and Theo Pinson. Those guys. That team was really fun to watch. But they sacrificed that package to go and get Kyrie, and they went and get Kevin, and they traded for James, and then that didn't work, and they traded James for Ben, and Ben hasn't really been productive. He'll play defense, but outside of that, what is he really doing on the court? So Kyrie wanted to get paid, and they didn't want to pay him, so he asked for a trade out, and their immediate thought was, well, we're not going to send you to the Lakers to team up with LeBron. So what do? They traded to the Mavericks. Spencer Dinwiddie, Jordan Finney-Smith, and that 2029 pick in some seconds, and now he's a Maverick. And not much time goes by, and Kevin Durant is out the door with nothing to show for this Brooklyn trip. They say, well, he had that competition against the Bucks, but that doesn't really boil down to anything because woulda, coulda, shoulda doesn't really mean anything in the league. It doesn't add up to championships or nothing because his foot was on the line and nothing came out of it. Just plain simple as that, cut and dry. the Suns are going to need some depth. They don't really have a whole lot of depth because they traded two of their best guys. Yeah, you get Kevin Durant, T.J. Warren, but T.J. Warren hasn't been bubble Warren or what he was his first stint with the Pacers. Well, I mean, the first stint with the Suns because he did play for the Pacers. But it really makes you question: are they going to sign some guys on some mid-level exceptions off the waiver wire or whatever? Like, it's crazy if you look at some of these other deals. Thomas Bryant to the Lakers. The Lakers made that big deal to get Mo Bamba, traded out Patrick Beverley after him saying the boys are back, or the gang's back, whatever he said, with that picture of D'Angelo Russell. Now he's in Orlando, which I don't think that'll be for long. And then you see Bones Highland going to Denver. I love Bones Highland in Denver. I mean, he goes to the Clippers. Sorry about that. Milwaukee made some trades to get rid of Jordan Noir, George Hill, and Serge Ibaka. And then they get Jay Crowder. And then the Lakers traded Russ, and he was hurt. If you saw the video, he seemed pretty hurt at the podium. They traded him, Damian Jones and Juan Toscano Anderson to Utah, and got back Malik Beasley, Jared Vanderbilt, and D'Angelo Russell. All with this trade with the Timberwolves, who ended up getting Mike Conley, Nickeil Alexander-Walker, and some picks. You see Jakob go to the Raptors. They needed a big. We thought they were going to blow it up and get rid of one of those guys, Pascal, Fred VanVleet, or OG Anunoby, who I would have liked to see in Cleveland, but we just didn't have the package because we did make that deal for Donovan Mitchell. He has a lower end Kim Birch in that deal with Jakob Poeltl. You talked about the Lakers in that 3-team deal. Talked about the Pacers deal. Mo Bamba with the Lakers is crazy. It's really exciting to see. Hopefully he gets the chance to actually perform, because now their lineup will probably be D'Angelo Russell, Malik Beasley, LeBron, AD, and Mo Bamba, which on paper sounds really good. Hopefully they can put it together, string some wins together, get to the playoffs. John Wall goes back to Houston after saying how bad it was there. I didn't know Darius Bazley went to the Suns. Huh. Wow. And they sent Dario Saric to to OKC. Phoenix sent Dario Saric to OKC. Wow. Sadiq Bey to the Pistons. Oh my gosh, I keep going backwards. Atlanta Hawk gets Sadiq Bey. God, my brain is in a flurry. Warriors get GP back. And the Blazers get Kevin Knox, which hasn't really amounted to anything. And then what we've all been waiting for, the Warriors finally sold on Wiseman and sent him to Detroit. Pelicans get Josh Richardson, sent out Devontae Graham. The Celtics get a little deeper and pick up that pick and pop Mike Muscala, trading off Justin Jackson. I'm thinking, what happens to John Wall? Does he get bought out, and where does he go? Miami? I mean, he just talked about how much he hated being in Houston, and he goes right back for Eric Gordon. He's not going to be there long. He's going to get bought out. He'll get bought out. Westbrook will get bought out. A lot of these guys that get moved will get bought out and end up on other teams before the end of the year. These playoff pushing teams. Danny Green to the Grizzlies. Probably won't be there for long. Luke Kennard to the Grizzlies. I said Danny Green to the Grizzlies. Danny Green to the Rockets. Sorry, folks. Luke Kennard to the Grizzlies. They should have got OG. Josh Hart to the Knicks is really good. Jalen McDaniels to the 76ers is going to be big. Trailblazers get Ryan Arcidiacono and Cam Reddish. Hopefully he finally gets to buy in. And Matisse Thybulle getting shipped out. Hopefully he gets to buy in. Clippers get deeper and get Mason Plumlee. They send out Reggie Jackson. But those were the real main deals. I mean, the Kyrie deal for mooking him to the Mavs, and they sent out Finney and Spence. It was crazy. I like Finney and I like Spence both a lot. You should already know that the Lakers got Rui, who will probably be their sixth man coming off the bench. But it's crazy to think about. This trade deadline it's going to go down to probably be one of the best ones in a while, because you see all these pieces get moved. Started off slow and ramped up, and then it was just a bunch of buzzer beaters at the last second to get some guys off for these teams that are trying to compete. This is a different kind of video for me, so if you stuck around this long and you like hearing me talk about trade deadlines, even though I kept messing up which players went to which teams, because it just, I don't know, my brain processes it weird, I suggest leaving a like, comment, and subscribe, and stick around. I'll probably start doing more videos like this in the future. Try something different. I put a lot of video game gameplay, and numbers are well. The shorts have been killing for me, so we'll try something different. Maybe do some more basketball talking content, maybe some football content, just something different. But if you enjoyed this video, leave a like, comment, and subscribe. The Suns have won the trade deadline. I've been your host, Gambino Gaming. Peace.